lot of times agents will tell me, well, how do you give me a blueprint for how to get started? Which direction would you suggest I go? And it reminds me of the story of Alice in Wonderland when she was stuck in the fork in the road and she didn't know which way to go. So she asked the Cheshire Cat, which way should I go? He said, well, where are you going? She said, I don't know. He said, well, how can I tell you which way to go if you don't even know where you're going? So before you sit down with anybody and ask them, how do I get to the top? Or what do you got to do to be the best? You've got to ask yourself where you really want to go. And you say, well, Liam, I want to go to the top. That's why I asked the question. It sounds simple enough, but I don't believe that's the real question. I think the real question is, what are you willing to do to get to the top? I could tell you all kinds of things. I was given all kinds of road maps and all kinds of direction, and none of that mattered until I put my mind to it and finally got going and just picked myself up and went. 50% of getting anything done is starting, yes. A lot of us don't ever get started. A lot of agents I've seen over the years, they'll come in and get a big case, get a big commission case, and then they disappear. You don't see them ever again. I've always wondered, how did that happen? They had great success early. See, if you don't know how to sustain success, you're not going to be very successful. A lot of times you have to go through the pitfalls of an aggravation of the successful journey. See, too many people look for the end result before they can even get started. I'm going to make this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have this car, this house. Hell, I'm going to have a wife and a girlfriend. Before you get any of that, and I wouldn't suggest you do that, by the way, but before you do any of that, you got to make sure you understand the pitfalls of what I'm telling you. You got to understand the backsliding of this world, of this business. Just when you think it's the best thing you've ever decided to do, you get in a rut. When I first started, I went almost a little bit over a half a year before I got another commission check. Of course, that one in 1991 was $67,000, which was nice, but it took me 6 months to get it. Didn't have a real good taste in my mouth about this business, but I kept at it. I kept going. I kept trying. I kept doing the journey. I didn't ask the Cheshire Cat which way to go. I just took one side or the other, and I went with it, and I made it happen. Have I been the smartest, the best, the greatest? Nope. But I've learned to think I am. I've learned to get my clients to believe I am. A lot of times it all starts with what you believe. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. If you believe you can't, you won't. Both individuals are right. Yes?